Welcome to SportsCenter from the nation's capital. I'm Scott Van Pelt. By now, all of the day in the National Football League for you. Tim is here. Best thing I saw. Take a guess what that might be. Well, it's actually just a couple of plays from the lunacy at Mile High. You had back-to-back possessions that resulted in deflections for touchdowns. Bo Nix looking for Cortland Sutton. Troy Franklin is there. That got the Broncos back in this thing. It's 19-8. But 10.5 to go, 3rd and 17. Jackson Dart pass deflected. Theo Johnson for a touchdown. These are back-to-back possessions, and that's not the half of what is cooked into the most ridiculous 15 minutes of football we've seen this season. That highlight is forthcoming. The Sunday Nighter by the Bay, Falcons fresh off a statement victory over Buffalo on Monday night. Welcome back, George Kittle. And San Francisco is so banged up, but there's an institutional toughness and championship pedigree. Here on a 3rd and 4, Christian McCaffrey moved the chains. 3rd down and 4, Mac Jones buys time, finds McCaffrey. He's knocked down just short of the goal line. McCaffrey, season high in rushing yards already. And we're in the first half. It's 7-3 San Francisco. Falcons trying to respond before halftime. Michael Penix Jr. puts the ball on the ground. Alfred Collins is on it. San Francisco's had trouble generating a lot of pass rush, particularly with Bosa out, but they had one tonight. Niners get a field goal. It's 10-3 going into the half. 13-3. They use Bijan as a decoy there. Double moves work every time, Tim Hasselbeck. Kyle Pitts Sr. completion. And then put the ball in number 7's hands, and he'll get you 7 when you tack on the extra point. Just like that, Atlanta cuts the deficit to 3. Under 9 to go. It's 4th and 1. Bijan not on the field. He got stopped on a 3rd and 1 run. They throw it on 4th and 1, looking for Drake London. The Niners defense, they are down significant players, but they fought. Turnover on downs. Give it to McCaffrey. He had a Niners high 201 scrimmage yards tonight, 82 of them up the middle, most as a Niner. A few plays later, this was really a critical spot because it's 3rd and 13. Jones finds who else? McCaffrey. Now you're worried about the clock. If you're Atlanta, you're calling timeouts. And McCaffrey here gets held up at about the 3. You're not allowed to pull him into the end zone. Connor Colby actually does. Now, McCaffrey's wheels are still spinning there, but he had some help from one of his big friends up front. Niners extend the lead. They get the football back. They're able to take knees. They double up Atlanta to move to 5-2. Tim Hasselbeck is with us as he is on Sundays. Let's just start with 23. I would have lost that bet if you said 201 scrimmage yards. It just feels like he's had so many monster games for them. But they really leaned on him in this game. They were able to deploy him in all sorts of ways. What do you like about the way they're using him?
Well, I think just they're creative in their run game. Look, he's great every way he touches the football. Sure. They're good in the pass game as well, but creative in the run game is key. Just watch what happens here. Motion the tight end inside, and just look at the little adjustment that it gets you right here. Now, here's why it's important. A little bit of width there because they're going to run power. So basically, it's down to the backside backer, and then you're going to pull the guard, and then you're getting a kick-out block by Kyle Juszczyk. But it's that little motion that gives you the angles. And then look at the running lane. And then there's Christian McCaffrey into the second level. And so it seems like a little thing, but it happens quite a bit. Here's Juszczyk. This little motion to bring him back into like the weak formation here. Watch what it does to the linebackers when he gets to that. They all move. Yep. They all shift. Yep. Okay. Why that's important is you're going to see Trent Williams. He's just going to end up slipping inside because what they have is Jennings is going to basically set the edge, right, by seal the edge. Well, Trent Williams can then slip through. Remember those linebackers that reset when the backfield motion? Well, now you can cut it off, and now you're on the perimeter. So it's little stuff like that when people wonder, like, man, how come Kyle Shanahan's offenses always seem to be able to run the football well? Because there's little nuances to the run game, formationally, how they move guys to get angles to give guys a better chance to have success.
Yeah, and when it was the real money moments in this game, they deployed their asset in McCaffrey. And in Atlanta's case, 4th and 1 late, you don't have the guy that his head coach called the best player in football after the Monday night win on Buffalo. Now, we could dissect that, but if we've got time for one, and I'm told we have time for one, I'd rather focus on San Francisco and just ask you this. You're down the heart and soul in Fred Warner. You're down Bosa. You're down your quarterback. You're down a number of other significant contributors on offense. And you still win this game. You beat the Rams on the road. I don't want to fall into cliche here, but what accounts for this organization's ability to win games like this, where you see lesser teams around the NFL just get trucked in spots like this?
I think there's a couple of things. Is one, Kyle Shanahan knows how to, I think, connect with his players. Right, John Lynch has done a good job adding talent there, but they talked on the broadcast how, look, Fred Warner didn't walk into the league as a Hall of Famer. Like, he had to prove that he could do it. He had to prove himself as a player. And I think there's a thing coaches can do. I think Andy Reid does it. I think Kyle Shanahan does it. When guys go out, which is going to happen in pro football, there are guys that look around and say, well, wait a second, I'm replacing a Pro Bowler. I'm replacing a guy that's going to go to the Hall of Fame one day. But when the coaches believe in the players, because they're the ones that they've chosen to be a part of that organization, and those guys play well, then all of a sudden, like, you can build off of that. And so, yeah, you might be playing with a bunch of backups, but it doesn't mean you can't have success with them.
And you saw them on defense play a ferocious football game against a team that was awfully explosive on Monday night against Buffalo. They double up the Falcons and move to 5-2. Sit tight. Game of the day. I showed you a couple of plays from it.
Ellis, let's dig in.
Yeah, that had some drama down the stretch as well. Niners, Falcons, we pick it up 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Falcons are down 13-10. 4th and 1. Penix throws it. It's broken up by Chase Lucas. Falcons turn it over on downs. Pivotal play there by that San Francisco defense. Ensuing drive, the 1st and 10, you give it to CMC. Christian McCaffrey gets the first down. And then the drive continues. Now it's 3rd and 13 on the Falcons 21. Mac Jones looking for McCaffrey. That's a first down inside the 5. So you might as well just keep giving it to CMC, right? Handoff, finds a lane, gets some help from his offensive lineman, pulling him into the end zone. And that right there would be all the cushion they would need. 20-10. Niners improved to 5-2. We're here with Coach Herm. What do you think of how San Francisco responded in this game?
Well, think about San Francisco and Atlanta. Both these offenses were driven by the running back. And you just mentioned McCaffrey had over 201 yards total offense, catching it and running it. On the Atlanta side of it, B.J. Robinson, obviously, and, he played well, but not as good as McCaffrey. And both these teams relied on the running backs and good defense. It wasn't pleasing to the eye to watch it. Not a lot of big plays. It was basically turn the ball, give it to the runner, or throw it to the running back. You look at the 49ers, it's a big win for them. They stay at pace with the Rams. They got 5 wins. They're in the hunt.
You know what? The 49ers, they're decimated by injuries.
Yes.
They're down their quarterback. Fred Warner's up in a luxury box with his foot in the cast. Bosa's down. And yet they still somehow find a way, Herm, 5-2 at this point.
It says a lot about the organization, right? And it says a lot about the players. They don't use excuses for being hurt. They just feel like we're the 49ers, we know how to win.